Imagine a vacation where, in one episode, you get everything: the ocean, a volcano, animals, and adrenaline. And it is not a postcard tour. It is a real test on ourselves. Welcome to Tenerife. This is the first episode of our Canary Islands series. Today we are going to do 4 things that are hard to fit into one day, but we will try. First, Siam Park. Waves, slides, and that moment when you realize that I will just watch does not work. Then jet skis in the ocean. Beautiful and fast, but the ocean can suddenly decide it is the boss of the shot. Next, a buggy tour to Teide, switchbacks, altitude, silence, and views that feel like another planet, literally above the clouds. And the finale is Loro Parque. Penguins, parrots, and an orca show that leaves you with one word. Wow. If you like a format with family vibes and real emotions, stay with us. It only gets better from here. Like, subscribe, and let's go. Dublin is pretty convenient in that sense. You can fly basically anywhere from here. But if you're not starting from Ireland, it's worth planning your Tenerife route in advance: connections, timing, baggage, so your vacation doesn't start as a 3-terminal scavenger hunt. We headed out during the day, nice and easy, no survival mode, just a normal drive, and that good feeling, alright, we're officially on our way. We pull up to Bilu Long Car Parking, a name that sounds like a separate resort for the car. We park it, and honestly, the best part, the shuttle to the airport is free. You hop on, and it takes you straight to the terminal, smooth and simple. Dublin Airport, suitcases, departure boards, and people running on autopilot. We popped into duty free just to look. Yeah, you know how that goes. Close-up shots, everything is sparkling except our self-control. If you like flights that are simply point A to point B, keep an eye on the line on the map. And then we step out into the Tenerife night. The warm air says at first, yeah, we came to the right place. We jump in a taxi, night roads, city lights, palm trees in the dark, and this feeling that the island isn't planning to sleep at all. Now, night drone shots and a short musical beat. We check in Costa Adige near Las Americas, and tomorrow we start for real, water, speed, and the places people fly here for. I wake up in Tenerife for the first time. And you know that feeling? Yesterday you were still in Ireland, and today you open your eyes, and the air is different, the light is different, and your mood is like, all right, vacation has officially started. We arrived last night, adrenaline, emotzi, all of it, but we actually slept well. And in the morning we immediately started thinking, where do we go first? 2 things on the list: Loro Parque, because with a kid, that's basically mandatory, and the places that are pure wow. The idea of this episode is simple. I'm showing you the locations I genuinely loved. Not just a tick box, but the kind of places I'd happily return to solo or with the family. And the first stop, there's really no debate. If you're in the south of the island, if you're with a kid, if you love water and wow level emoji, Siam Park. So now we're going to test how legendary it really is, the only way we know how on ourselves. First day in Tenerife, and we're going straight to Siam Park. We got here right at opening, and yeah, we're not the only smart ones. It's already busy. Everyone's here for water and screams. Right at the entrance, it's instant tropical vibes, a pool, fish, that whole aquarium jumbo look, and a sea lion that seems like it's the one selling tickets and keeping order. We grabbed a 2-park ticket, Siam today, Loro later, so we don't have to overthink anything. And then a tiny heartbreak. Kira isn't tall enough for some of the rides, so Dad's been officially appointed the main tester. I'm going solo. We grab a big raft, and now I'm about to see if this slide is honest. If you're into this kind of thing, hold on. It's about to get wet, fast, and very fun. So I just came flying out of that tube, and yeah, I screamed like my life depended on it. So loud, I'm pretty sure the sea lion at the entrance has already filed a complaint against me. And yes, the camera got its share too, plenty of water. If I suddenly sound like I'm talking from inside an aquarium, that's not editing, that's my unprotected Osmo deciding to go on the ride with me. But the most dangerous thing here isn't the slides, it's the thought, one more time. So we're not slowing down, we dried off as best we could and went straight to the next one. Now we're in catch our breath mode. This is the lazy river. Grab a tube and just float around the whole Siam Park like you're on a sightseeing tour. On one side, palms, little bridges, jumbo vibes. On the other, someone's already screaming on a slide, and you're like, yep, that'll be me again in a minute. And it's actually a long ride, about 20 minutes, and if you're lucky, I can stretch it to half an hour. Sometimes you hit spots where you literally get stuck. No warning signs, but the rule is simple: smile and paddle with your hands like you're training for the national rowing team. For kids, this is perfect, safe, calm, you can look around and just enjoy it. And for adults, it's the ideal pause between I'm a hero and why did I do that? All right, once the river ends, we're turning the adrenaline back on.
Pretty good. No complaint. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye bye.
So, calling this the lazy river was a lie. In some spots, it's actually so lively you're floating there thinking, where's the relax button? And the funniest part is the contrast all around you. Screams from the slides, splashes, chaos. But inside the park, the music is calm, almost spa-like. So your heart is in full action mode, while the soundtrack is like, breathe, under thing is fine. But honestly, it's great. You do one full loop, and it feels like you've seen the whole Siam Park from the inside. With kids, it's perfect, long, safe, beautiful, fun for them, and a real breather for adults. We float to the finish, step out, and instead of lying down, we head straight to something serious, the big wave pool. And it even has a sandy beach with loungers, perfect for switching into full seal mode. But we're not here for that. We're here to test the waves. Before the waves, we decided to take a break and refuel as a family, me, my wife, and Kira. Because trying to be a hero in the wave pool on an empty stomach is not the best plan. We went for the classic combo of burger, fries, and nuggets. And honestly, what's really nice is that the park has tons of cafes and food spots. You don't need to leave anywhere. Everything's close, quick, and convenient. Price-wise, it came out to about 12 euros per person, totally reasonable for a place like this. Wave Palace is basically the center of Siam Park, a huge pool with artificial waves. It honestly feels like a mini ocean, only everything's safe and under supervision. Size-wise, it's seriously impressive, over 13,500 square meters of water, so there's plenty of space for everyone. And these waves aren't just for show. At peak they rise to around 3 meters, and you definitely feel it. One more nice bonus. Right next to it, there's a white sand beach and sun loungers, so you can grab a spot, take a breather, and watch the action. But if we're being honest, we're not really the lie down and look pretty team. We came to test the waves, so we're heading closer to the water. So yeah, Wave Palace is a total must. The waves here are genuinely big, and the coolest part is they run on a schedule. First, the water's calm, everyone relaxes, and then you feel that moment when people start drifting toward the center, like it's the countdown before a race. And then it kicks off, someone catches the wave, someone suddenly realizes they walked in a little too deep, and someone's just laughing and flipping around like a kid. We loved it. You can go full active mode, or just stand by the shore and watch this mini ocean do its thing. Big respect. The vibe here is top tier. And right next to it is the perfect kids zone, shallow, safe, and designed so parents don't have to panic every 2 seconds. The kids can splash around, run, hit the small slides, and feel like total champions, while the adults finally get to breathe. And the cutest part? Kira got fully involved too, walking around with the camera, filming, giving her own commentary, basically teaching us how to relax properly. Moments like that make you realize Siam Park isn't only about extreme slides. It's a proper family day where everyone has something to do, whether you came for adrenaline or you just want fun and calm in the same place. So yeah, Siam Park is one of those places where the day flies by so fast that at some point you check the time and you're like, wait, already? We managed to ride, scream, chill, and actually enjoy it as a family, and the best part is, it's genuinely worth it. It's great for adrenaline lovers, and it's just as great if you're here with a kid. Everything feels safe, well organized, and there's always something to do. And I'll admit something honestly, I never went on the tallest slide. Not because I ran out of time, but because I think I got scared. Yep, that happened. We'll save that one for next time. Gotta leave a reason to come back, right? If you like this travel style, no boring lectures, just real life as it is, support the episode with a like and a subscribe. It helps more than any post-water park coffee. Second day in Tenerife, we wake up in a great mood, and me and Kira have one plan, no debate, jet skis. We booked everything in advance, picked the spot, locked the time, so there's no, oh sorry, no availability. We arrive at the bay, beautiful, calm, the water basically says, relax. But today, not our vibe. Quick briefing, what you can do, what you can't, where to stay, how to signal, and how not to turn it into a dad, watch this, show. Straight to the point, no long lectures. Then the best part, they hand us the jet skis and guide us out of the bay. At first we go slow. There's a marina, boats everywhere, everything polite and controlled. And then we hit open ocean. And that's where the real story begins. And yeah, if you're more into full seal mode odd deck, no problem. Tenerife has so many beaches you could lie on a new one every day. But today, we're switching into active mode. We're about to take off, and it's going to be loud, wet, and very fun.
Okay. Don't worry.
The jet ski ride started off strong, but the ocean pretty quickly made its own edits. The waves picked up, and Kira got a bit scared. And that's totally normal. When there's water, speed, and you can literally see the horizon breathing, emotions can hit you in seconds. We didn't try to be heroes. The support boat stayed with us the whole time, the crew was watching the group, so the decision was simple. We moved Kira onto the boat. And honestly, she kind of got the better deal. From the boat, the view is completely different. You look back, and the coastline turns into a postcard. Mountains, slopes, the town somewhere in the distance, and all around you, just one vast ocean and salty spray. It turned into a real sea adventure, just in a calmer format. And I stayed on the jet ski, finally able to catch the rhythm of the waves. And then came a small disappointment. There's a speed limit on the jet skis. Me, someone who's been driving for years and feels pretty comfortable with machines, was already mentally ready to push it a bit harder across the ocean. But I get it. This is a group tour. If one person can handle it responsibly, another might hit the throttle and turn the whole thing into chaos. So yeah, rules are rules. Safety first. But then came a major win. We stopped right out in the open ocean and they actually gave us time to swim. And of course, I didn't miss that chance. I jumped in and it was perfect. Warm, salty, refreshing just enough to make you grin without even trying. You're floating there, surrounded by endless water, the coastline and mountains far in the distance, and in that moment you realize this is exactly why you do it. Emotions maxed out. And there was one genuinely funny moment during the swim. One guy somehow managed to lose the jet ski key. Yep, it was on a floating keychain, but in an open ocean with waves, that tiny little float is basically a needle in water. In the end, they tied his jet ski to a rope and towed it back to the bay, and he hopped onto the support boat. Carelessness 1, ocean 0. We switched to the support boat, and honestly, the mood only got better. Kira was happy wind, spray, open ocean, but without the extra adrenaline. We cruised along, watching the coastline and mountains, chatting and laughing, turned into a little family sea cruise. The only person whose day probably got a bit less fun was the guy who lost the key. Not in a ha-ha way, just, it happens. The ocean doesn't really forgive mistakes, but the lesson sticks forever. And we head back into the bay with that feeling of, okay, that was already awesome, and the day's not even over yet.
Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah.
I decided to hop in at the beach with the camera and film some local marine life. In my head, turtles, schools of fish, full-on BBC documentary. In reality, I met one fish. It looked at me like I was a tourist and swam away. That's it. Shoot's over. I'm a big fan of good food, and Tenerife absolutely delivers. You can grab a quick bite anytime, no need to name names, you know the kind of places that save you when it's urgent, now and on the way. But the real magic is in the small, cozy restaurants where the food isn't just fine, it actually has character. The fish here is a whole experience. Fresh, juicy, and sometimes they serve it like you didn't come for dinner, you came for a mini show, fish baked in salt, then they soak the salt, light it up, flames, sizzling, a little smoke, and you're sitting there like, all right, show approved. And then there are Canarian potatoes. Honestly, some of the best potatoes I've ever had. Simple, but dangerously addictive. Prices are pretty nice too. Dinner for 3, fish, potatoes, something like pizza or meat, plus juices, came to around 40 euros.
Yeah.
Hello, Jan. Nice to meet you. No picture here.
Yeah.
Make sure you have your driving license with you.
Yeah.
At least 2 of them, yeah.
Yeah.
We woke up early with Kira. New day, new level of adventure, a buggy tour to Teide. It's about to be fun, a little bumpy in places, but the view should be pure postcard material, mountains, winding roads, wide open spaces. So yeah, buckle up. It's about to get beautiful and high energy.
Good morning. Ah.
Morning, how are you? Perfect combo. Okay, let me see. You have to pay 250 to go off-road. You
Yeah.
have to have a private land. Like my boss has this land here. We can do off-road here because in the forest it's not. It's Teide National Park. It's all forbidden.
Really?
Yes, take your time. Let me know when you finish.
Yeah.
We have this Polaris 900cc 75 horsepower buggy, so you can't change anything. If you have to reverse for any reasons, I can connect back the gears, no problem. Yeah, you just
Our transfer picked us up, and we arrived at the starting point as a group.
Yeah.
Quick briefing, gear, paperwork, and one important detail. You absolutely need a driver's license. The instructor was a great guy, calm, clear, straight to the point. And then we got a little adventure before the adventure. One man forgot his license, so we had to wait while someone sent it to him digitally. Yesterday someone lost a jet ski key. Today it's a driver's license, but me and Kira. Nothing's stopping us. The tour cost around 170 euros, so let's go chase views and emotsi up at Teide. We took off, and that was it. We were gone. First, we tore through the vineyards. Mountains all of a crook, dust everywhere, and 5 minutes in you already look like you just starred in a sandstorm commercial. The camera's dusty, my hands are dusty, honestly, even my thoughts feel dusty. Good thing they gave us goggles, and those neck/face buffs right away chop. Without them, you'd literally be tasting Tenerife with every breath. Then we hit the road, instructor up front, us in the line behind, and the switchbacks begin. The higher we climb, the wider the views get, and at some point you catch yourself thinking, wait, are we actually above the clouds? Below us, this soft white blanket. Above, sunlight. Around, forests and mountains. And you're driving between layers of air like someone just turned on cinema mode. The weirdest part? It feels like you could reach out and touch the clouds. You almost want to stop, step out, and check if they're real or just a set. The emotsi are insane. That's exactly why I love tours like this. You're bouncing around, dust is everywhere, but you're smiling the whole time because it's unreal levels of beautiful. The higher we climbed up the winding mountain road, the more everything around us changed, even the air felt different. You're driving, gaining altitude, And it's like the island keeps switching locations, first greenery, then rocks, and then it honestly starts to feel like another planet. Along the way, you see more and more warning signs about possible rockfalls, and you automatically start watching not just the road ahead, but the slopes beside you too. In places the road gets narrow, traffic is pretty heavy, cars packed in tight, and some people still try to overtake, like this is their daily training session. We just stay in formation behind the instructor, calm, safe, no unnecessary heroics, and yet the emotsi only gets stronger because every new turn opens up a new view. You keep catching yourself thinking, how is this even real? It's one of those rare moments where you want to hit the gas and also stop every 2 minutes just to stare. We climbed up, and it honestly felt like we'd been dropped on Mars. Rocks everywhere, rusty red ground, no familiar greenery at all, just a different planet. And now I get why people film movies here. The landscapes look so unreal you don't even need sets. Around Teide, they filmed 1 million years BC and used these views in Clash of the Titans. We were at 2,152 meters, not the summit, but high enough to feel the scale. And the strangest part? Almost no wind. Total silence, like you're standing inside a giant isolated room. You just stand there and hear your own thoughts.
Okay?
The second part was really good. You stayed very close now.
Here it is. That whole drive, the switchbacks, the dust, it was all for this view. You stand there and you just go quiet.
We have two peaks. There's the Teide peak and there's the old peak. The old peak has a nice crater. Also, if you take a look, whatever you see there, this is also the crater. So you are standing inside of a big crater right now.
Inside.
Inside, yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever happening is happening under your feet.
It's great.
There's a lot of tremors going on. There's an observatory there.
It's dangerous now.
Teide is one of the most dangerous. Very seismic. You know,
Yeah.
some volcanoes are spitting and everything. This one is very seismic, meaning that it comes to a lot of earth movement.
Yeah.
So when it happens, when it erupts, it could be tsunami, it could be all the things. So hopefully, how long you staying here? How long you staying here for?
Till Tuesday.
Until Tuesday. Hopefully nothing will happen. Yeah. But if you see any smoke, try to get on a boat and run away. A lot of movies were shot here, like cinema, the Fast and Furious 6. I'm not sure if you watched the Bourne, Supremacy, and all these series. Also, Lord of the Ring, the new series, Ring of Power, and Clash of the Titans. Okay, this rock over here. That's a very famous. It's called Roque de Garcias, the Garcia rocks. That particular rock is very famous for two reasons. One of them, people like to go there and they're holding it with the Teide together. Yes. If you are that kind of people, you want to do that. Also, that particular rock was before in Spain they used to have pesetas as a currency.
Yeah.
So that rock was on the 1,000 banknote. Just interesting fact.
Scan your face for a sign. Mull it over in my
I record some video.
Nice, me too. I did some extra because I know I can see you like it. So I recorded more videos than normal.
Yeah.
You got plenty of videos, pictures. So your friend is gonna be the first one, so I can take picture. But stay
Yeah.
close to him, and then you be on the picture.
You're good time. I'm I used to be something.
Coming to Teide even just for a cup of coffee is genuinely worth it. You sit there, taking those Mars-like views, and you just get it. this is the moment. Kira loved it too. She's into trips like this, where it's not just we went for a walk, but a real little adventure with a full-on wow view.
Maybe next time when you come, because they take you to the other island.
Yeah.
In Ireland, and people still communicating by whistling to each other. That's
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
talk
yeah,
to each
yeah.
other. Yeah, it's crazy. La Gomera, you can see it from when you were going down on the twisty roads. You can see two islands, La Gomera, El Hierro, or La Palma as well. Sometimes you see 4 islands. On the very top, this is it.
Yes,
And
it's
then-
inside, yeah?
Yes, and look, this one is the highest peak, is the Teide, and this one is the Pico Viejo. So actually that
de
one
lava.
has a way better looking crater. This one is quite tiny, I mean, compared to a crater. And sometimes you see, probably there are more, but you cannot see them because of the terrain. But here you can actually see, and it's not really a perfect triangle, yeah, it's like this. On the water, it's a perfect shaped triangle for some reason.
And of course, a photo for the memories.
The way that you called me back, and because of the hope you had, I'm forever changed. I'm forever changed because of you. It's your faith that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down.
We stayed up on Teide a little longer, and honestly, we didn't want to leave. But it was time to head back. On the way down, I'm still riding that high, the air is crystal clear, the sky looks unreal, and it feels like someone turned up the saturation just to make it prettier. Kira's happy too. She really loves places like this. Not that we just went for a walk kind, but the kind where you actually feel how big nature is. And here's the thought that hit me on the road: travel isn't for ticking boxes or posting stories. It's for those moments when you're looking at what nature created and realizing no photo will ever do it justice. Teide, with its massive volcanic system, often called the 3rd tallest volcanic structure if you measure it from the ocean floor, is something you need to see with your own eyes. Life changes fast. Plans change too. But places like this stay with you for a long time. Travel.
That made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the
Help me, because we have 2 more. Thanks
Yeah.
very much. Thank you. Pleasure. You too. Very nice to meet you. Okay, guys, just don't go away from me.
It was good trip.
Yeah,
Thank you.
happy to hear. Yes, I hope the pictures are good.
that made those mountains move. It's your faith that brought me to the truth. It's the way you called heaven down. Pray for where I am now. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move. Move, how you made those mountains move. Yeah. Move, how you made those mountains move.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. See you.
Move, how you made those mountains move. Move. It's your faith. It's your faith that made those mountains move.
In the evening, we went out for a walk, no Kira this time, full adult mode. Tenerife at night knows how to live: lights, music, people strolling around like tomorrow isn't Monday. We popped into a club just to check the vibe and, okay, maybe dance a little. Fair. And then my guy suddenly grabs the camera and starts filming himself like it's his own music video. I'm standing there as the unwilling cameraman thinking, all right, so now we've got a star in the episode too. So yeah, Tenerife is the kind of place where you can relax in completely different ways.
Look, these are information about pickup time. The bus is
Yeah.
leaving at 4:30. You have to be in a bus at 4:20. And the bus number 317.
Yeah.
We've already broken in Siam Park, so now it's time for the second part of our Siam Plus Loro combo ticket. The whole family is heading to Loro Parque. The transfer picks us up right from Costa Adige, and we're off to the north of the island. The drive feels like a change of scenery. The south is all beaches, and buzz eye up here it's greener, calmer, like Tenerife is showing a different side of its personality. We pull up, and the park instantly feels like more than just a zoo. It's its own little world. Drone shot from above, and you can actually see the scale, tons of greenery, paths, different zones, everything built for a proper walk. And almost right away we're at the orca pool with trainers in the frame. And honestly, I have mixed feelings. On one hand, wow, power, intelligence, beauty. On the other, you can't help thinking, what is life like for them here? So today it won't be only, look how cute. There's going to be a bit more meaning too. No lectures though. Let's go see what this place really is. We step inside, and right away we feel it. Today, no rushing. Not run to the show, but a slow walk, taking it in, noticing the little things. The first thing we see is fish, a soft start to the day, water, light, gentle movement, and somehow everything inside gets quieter. Quick, did you know? Loro Parque calls itself an animal sanctuary and says it has over 400 species. And I really like the idea that the animals here aren't just exhibits, they feel like ambassadors for their species. You look at them and remember there are entire ecosystems out there that we could lose way too easily. Plus, the park has the Loro Parque Fundación working on education, research, and conservation projects. So today we're in full family walk mode, no rush, lots of curiosity, and next up, penguins. And I can already tell from Kira's face, Dad, come on, faster. Penguins are one of those rare moments where it's both beautiful and a little bit sad. On the one hand, they've built them the most right environment possible, cool air, snow, water, everything looks like you've stepped a little closer into their world. They dive, swim, hustle around on their little errands, and you can honestly get stuck watching them for ages. But on the other hand, no matter how you look at it, it's still not freedom. This isn't where they're meant to be in nature, and somewhere inside that quiet feeling turns on, yeah, this is amazing, but I still feel for them. And that's when I understand again why people don't see Loro Parque as just a park, but as a place with an idea, almost like an animal embassy. You don't come only to look, you come to see rare species up close, to feel how vulnerable they are, and to remember why protecting them matters. Plus, they have a dedicated foundation working on conservation projects, which adds real context to everything you're seeing. All right, moving on with the plan, dolphins, orcas, and sea lions are next. And honestly, whatever we find along the way, we're taking it too, because here, around every corner, it's easy to catch another wow. We came to the dolphin show and grabbed seats with a view because if we're filming like it's a movie. And while we were setting up the cameras, the parrots gave us an unexpected warm-up. They fly right over the crowd, loop around, and land exactly where they're supposed to, like they've got autopilot built in. It looked unreal, and Kira watched with that face like these aren't birds, they're tiny superheroes. And now, dolphins. And this is always the same feeling for me watching their intelligence is pure wow, but I also want us to remember they're not toys. They're living beings with their own character. All right, showtime. Let's see who's more excited here, the dolphins. The audience have got me with the camera. The dolphin show was genuinely really well done. Everything felt smooth, polished, and never rushed. Music, host, timing, and the dolphins perform in a way that actually looks like they're enjoying the process. It's not super long, but that's honestly a plus. When you're spending the whole day in the park and still want to make it to the penguins, the birds, and the other zones, this kind of format is more than enough. The dolphins are smart, fast, and super interactive, and the crowd reacts the same way every time. First wow, then smiles, then applause. We really loved it. It's one of those moments that makes you understand why people come here. Sometimes places like this remind you of something simple. The world around us is huge, alive, and incredibly diverse. And animals aren't background scenery for a vacation. They're living beings with their own personalities, habits, and fears. It makes you want to be a little kinder, even in small ways. Don't litter, don't feed animals random food, support projects that genuinely help protect species. Because if we don't take care of their habitats and them, no one else will do it for us. All right, sentimental minute over. Next on the plan, orcas. And that's usually a whole different level of emotions. We made it to the orca show, and the vibe instantly changes. It feels less like you're at a park and more like you're about to meet the final boss. The pools are bigger, deeper, everything is on a larger scale. And the orcas, this isn't a fish swimming around. This is a massive black and white torpedo with a brain, moving so smoothly it's like the water subscribed to premium just for them. And the cutest part, There was a baby at the show. Yep, Morgan had a calf in March 2025 and they named him Tenyo. We were sitting around row 4 or 5, which basically means you're not just watching, you're participating. We put on ponchos, and thank goodness we did, because when the orcas slapped the water with their tails, we got hit twice. Even my camera was like, cool, I guess I'm swimming too. If the audio sounds a bit watery at times, that's not editing drama, that's Tenerife in the microphone. The impression is intense, beautiful, loud, cinematic. And just a quick reminder, an orca isn't a fish, it's a marine mammal. And it looks like nature went, all right, let's build the perfect machine for the ocean. All right, orca show, done. Interesting, powerful, and, let's be honest, wet. We walked out feeling like we just visited a show and a mini water park at the same time. Poncos did a solid job. The camera was like, I'll think about it. And then we smoothly switch into our favorite mode, lunch. Because after a mozzi like that, your body demands simple, understandable happiness. Coffee, a burger, fries, no extra philosophy. First, wow. Then, yum. And the funniest part is, you're sitting there eating, thinking it's just a normal break, and right nearby, something glides through the water again. Maybe a dolphin flashed by, maybe an orca, hard to tell, but your brain goes, are we in a park or a movie? So yeah, perfect balance, adrenaline and show first, then a family pause with a tasty reset. Everyone's happy, everyone's alive, and nobody lost any keys. Progress.
Yeah, steps.
We're walking toward the parrots, and at every turn, Kira does her signature wa'au. It really feels like you're not walking through a zoo, but through a tropical town. Greenery, little bridges, water, different zones, and there is always something alive right next to you. And here is a fact that made my eyes go wide. Loro Parque is a parrot park in the most literal sense. They have one of the largest collections in the world, around 4,000 parrots, roughly 350 species and subspecies. And the parrots here are not just for decoration. They have the Loro Parque Fundación, which works on species, conservation, and bird protection projects. They even claim they have helped save 12 parrot species from extinction. So this is not just pretty birds. This is one of those moments where you realize there is real work behind the scenes, and it actually matters. Parrots are basically a whole different planet. There are so many of them. You walk into this huge area where they're not in cages. It feels like they're in their own environment. They fly around you, shout over each other, hop from branch to branch. We walk up the steps, stand close, and watch how they eat and how they communicate. But you're not allowed to feed them, and that's the right call. We're not here to entertain them, we're guests. And honestly, watching is even more interesting. They're so bright and colorful, like someone turned the saturation all the way up. And then we step out to something that genuinely impressed me. It's like a vet center or a lab. Behind the glass, there are incubator boxes where they keep the babies warm and help them grow, and you can see tiny little chicks. This part isn't about a show, it's about real work. Quiet, careful, and genuine. And in that moment you respect the park even more because you can see it's not only come and look, it's also care that happens behind the scenes. Alright, let's keep going. Next up, the sea lions.
Yeah.
Comenzamos presentándoles a Rocky.
The Sea Lion Show is a straight-up mood boost. The place is packed, everyone's smiling, and the sea lions are so energetic it's like someone told them, "Full house today, guys. We're going for an Oscar." Jumps, claps, the classic smile for the camera, and honestly, it feels like they're genuinely enjoying the attention. And yeah, somewhere in the back of your mind, you still get that thought, their real home is the ocean, not a stage. But the show is light. Nothing intense, or like a quick family attraction. You watch, you smile, and you move on. So we walked out with one conclusion. If you're in a bad mood, just watch a sea lion do a dramatic Teide. Works better than coffee. So yeah, Tenerife was a success. And the main thing is we odd to holly the way we like to odd to hot actively. Not lying around like a seal and counting cocktails, but testing the island for emotions. And Tenerife has emotions in bulk. In this episode, there are two main must-visit places, Siam Park and Loro Parque. Siam Park is that water park that TripAdvisor has been calling the best for years, and after it you walk out with one thought, how did the day end so fast? Waves, slides, that lazy river that is sometimes not lazy at all. I didn't go on the highest slide either. Yes, I got scared, but at least it's honest, and now I have a reason to come back. And Loro Park is a different rhythm. Calmer, more family-friendly, and at times a bit philosophical. Penguins are beautiful, but you still catch that thought about captivity. There are so many parrots that it feels like they could open their own airport. And when you see chicks being cared for behind glass, you realize it's not only a show. There is real work and real meaning. Orcas are a whole separate chapter. The power is so strong, the crowd goes silent and then explodes. And yes, there was a baby at the show. Morgan had a calf in 2025 named Tenno, and that is the moment when even adults smile like kids. We also got our share of adrenaline. Jet skis, open ocean, waves, the decision that safety comes first. And in the end, Kira still had an amazing time on the support boat. The kid is thrilled, and honestly, that is the best result. If you watched to the end, hit like and subscribe. This was the first episode in our Canary Islands series, and there is a lot more coming. More places, more action, more wow. Travel. The world is unbelievably beautiful. And if you have the chance, it is better to see it with your own eyes than someday later, or only on a screen.